She was the first one home when everything went wrong, the one who opened the door without a question. She took the impossible in stride and kept the kitchen warm, and asked about my day like that was enough. She said, do the right thing. She said, it matters who you are when it costs something. She said, the power that you carry was given so that you could do what others couldn't. And then she was gone, and I was standing holding the words she left me in the middle of the rubble. She was gone, but the words stayed. I wanted to undo it, unmake it, unfind it, take back every decision that led to that flow. But there's no version where the right thing comes for free. There's always someone paying, there's always a before. She believed in me completely without armor. She believed I would make the good choice every time. And in the end she was right, and it cost her. And being right and being safe aren't the same kind. With great love comes great loss. I hear you, I know. The whole city knows the face behind the mask now. The name they're saying on every screen is mine. I walk the same street every single morning, and now the street looks back at me like a sign. Everyone knows your name, everyone knows your face, everyone knows the secret that you kept in every safe place. And the world you built around the people that you love is crumbling from the weight of everything they know of. Everyone knows, and you can't take it back. Everyone knows, and the city holds no slack. Just a kid in a suit with everything exposed. And everyone knows, everyone knows. I thought the mask protected more than just my face. I thought the name protected more than just my life. I never understood that every person loving me was carrying a target I had given them for life. The cost of doing something good is not just pain. The cost is everyone who loved you sharing it. I should have thought this through before I let it start. I should have that I'm becoming. No one knows the loss that built the foundation of the thing I'm making now from nothing. New suit, sewn by hand with what I have. New name, the one I earn and not inherit. New city, the same one, but now a stranger. New start, the kind that cost you what you carry. This is who I am when nobody gave it to me. This is what remains when I strip everything away. Just a kid with something burning in the middle, who gets up every single ordinary day. They're all better off without the weight of knowing. They're all safer in the story I'm not in. And I carry all of that as I put on the mask of someone only I have ever been. The two of them are somewhere in their worlds, being everything that they were meant to be. And somewhere in the memory they don't have, I am what they needed me to be. New suit, new day. The city needs someone, and I'm still here. He said, do it. Take the memory from everyone who loves me. Take the name from every person who I kept alive. If knowing me is the thing that endangers them, then let me be the thing they never knew to find. The spell will take it back to before the beginning. The name, the face, the everything I am to you. And you'll be free of the weight of knowing, and I'll be free of the weight of what I put you through. I'm ready. Do it, even though it breaks me. This is what the good choice looks like, when the good choice is the worst one that you've made. She looked at him and didn't understand the feeling. She knew his face, but not the name behind the eyes. He tried to say what he needed her to carry forward, but the spell was already rising like a tide. Goodbye is easy when they know you're leaving. This is a different kind, the kind that disappears, not into death, but into the before. Like you were never there to cost anyone their years. And then he was no one's, and everyone was safe. They arrived without a warning in the middle of the night, with louder voices and a longer reach. They took up all the room in places that had once been mine, and started speaking in a different speech. The new ones came with their particular disasters. The new ones came with their particular needs. The orange one plans 17 steps ahead of every morning. The green one has its own particular weeds. And I was used to being the first voice, the one who set the tone for every day. But now I wake up and they're already running, and I'm trying to keep up with what they say. The one that sits and stares at nothing with an existential weight, just blinks at things and rolls her eyes and sighs. And I don't know how to work around their frequencies. I only know the ones I recognize. They say it's normal, they say this is growing. They say the new arrivals always shake the house, but normal doesn't make it less disorienting when everything you built gets turned about. There are more of us now, and it's louder, and it's harder, and it's real. He'd seen 14 million possible futures. He'd watched them play out in the breath of a moment. And when he came back to the only one remaining, he wore the face of someone who already knows. There was no other way. I saw them all. There was no other way. I watched them fall. Every version where we won led through this loss. Every path to the ending ran through this cost. So I gave it, not because I had to, but because the math had been already done. There was no other way, and that's the heaviest thing I have ever had to carry in the middle of the sun. He looked at me like I had betrayed the mission, like giving up the stone was giving up on them. But the version of the story where we didn't let it go was the version where the end never came. The hardest choices look the most like failure when you're the only one who saw the other doors. The loneliness of knowing while the others rage at you is the cost of being the one who keeps the school. There was no other way. We're in the end game now. Trust me. They gathered at the water where he loved to sit and let the current carry what no words could hold. The child he built a universe to protect, now growing up in a world he gave her, brave and bold. Love doesn't end at the end of the story. It changes shape and lives inside the ones who carry on. We are the sum of what they left behind them, the shield, the promise, and the old man's favorite song. Pass the weight to younger, stronger shoulders, not as a burden, but as trust and as belief that somewhere in the next chapter of the story, the best of what we were would find its way to peace. To the next beginning of the chapter after ends, until the end of the line. We love you 3,000 until He said, I've made the other choice before. I've sent them back without the thing they needed, and lived with that for years, that could have been. If only I had stopped the fight and heeded. We can do the right thing again, even if nobody asked us to, even if it cost more than the other way. We can do the right thing again, the version of us that we wanna be doesn't always get to be the easy way. So let's try, let's choose the harder road. Let's do the right thing one more time. They didn't come here to be saved by anyone. They came through wounded and afraid and dangerous, but behind the dangerous was something that could be reached if we were willing to reach toward what scared us. I came from a world where I didn't get the chance to save the one that needed saving most. And every time I get another chance,